I guess you just have to wait, Johnny boy.
I guess so.
You
I
just
guess
have
so.
to wait.
And we're live.
We're live.
And we're live. Good
Happy-
morning, Vietnam.
Happy Easter, everybody, or Happy Bunny Day for some people. I don't know which ones are which. I gotta play it cool.
I feel like it's Easter for everybody, isn't it?
It's Easter for
Well,
everybody.
some people, yes and no. I gotta respect.
I mean,
both
it's still called Easter, whether you're
or Happy Bunny
Christian
Day,
or not.
or Happy Snoopy Easter Day. I always go with
Look,
Snoopy.
let's just we could always if you're that worried about it, we can always call it the holiday that everybody loves. It's just 420.
Yes, and
It's also
John,
Mike Portnoy's birthday.
thank you. So we have not only a Bunny Day, we have a Portnoy Day. That, you know what's funny? That decided what album I'm going to give to you guys today. After we do John's, I already know exactly what album to give you guys. Oh, I can't wait. First things first.
But
Let's
If
get
it's gonna
into
be something crazy, then boy,
come on,
am
you
I...
trust me?
No. Oh no, I totally do. I totally do.
not after the
Now,
albums you've been throwing out there.
no, well,
Trust broken.
so So here's the thing,
I am
right?
over one.
So here's the thing, right? If he tries to pull some shenanigans, this guy, I have got I have got something for both of you that will just you just wait.
Well, you gotta hold your turn. There's assigned seats to this. You cannot. You're in the front right
I'm
now.
not Hey, I'm
You're.
not jumping. Mine's now. I still got a month until my next one. So
That's-
depending on what you do for
Mm,
yours
okay.
depends on
Okay.
mine.
All right.
Funny you
Shameless.
say that because
Yeah.
I feel the
Thing.
same way about my next pick.
Uh, All right. Shameless promotion. My brother's store. He actually went there the other day. He's putting up shacks and the shelves and painting the walls. He thinks like June he's going to open the store up. So
That's
he
dope.
he is front and center. Oh yeah, they're selling shirts now. I forgot about that. Oh, I gotta get a shirt. But yeah, he's going strong. He is going good. And like I said, maybe June, maybe he'll open it. But ooh, anything over $50 is free shipping.
Hey
Ooh,
now.
hey now.
Love that free shipping. Got to go broke
Mm,
saving money.
I know. All right.
That's my thoughts as well.
Johnny
That is the
boy.
mantra of our father. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Johnny
sir.
boy. Let's go for the. Hey, man, check this out. As
Hey,
we
check this
bring
out.
albums to ourselves to share upon the other two people and to you guys across the whole international
Interneting
webbing,
community.
we bring to you Flogging Molly. Swagger was the pick. John,
Yep.
take it away.
So I could have picked a number of the Flogging Molly albums. I dig their sound. I love the Irish, like I don't want to say goofiness, but I mean just it has like a good. It just puts me in a good mood. Like if you're to me, this is something. If you're feeling shitty and you're just having a bad day, you turn this on and you can't help but be in a good mood after listening to it.
It does put a pep in your step a little bit. How is this so? It's that beer drinking cheerfulness with a group, which let's think about this too. When you brought your other band to listen to this all albums, Cornucopia, what how you say it? Cornucopia?
Corpiclani.
Corporate it sounds like Cannibal Corpse to me, okay? Corpiclani. I know. Look, I
Yes.
get paid to do one job. It is not talking like in full sentences. It's just making
No,
sense
it
in
is
somehow.
not.
We have subtitles. No, I'm just joking. Um,
Why would we
it
do that?
it for me, um, it kind
I
of
can't
goes in.
hear without subtitles. So I get that.
It goes in vein with it. It is that swindle. Just everything is fun and cheerful, and it's a group, and it's like drinking might be involved. I 100% think it is. Um,
Most
but
definitely.
but you brought those two. I'm like, oh, this is kind of in vain. I've heard of Flog and Molly. I feel like a lot of people have. It's like one of
Yeah.
those groups you might not know any song, but you're like, oh, Flog and Molly.
So
Um,
the other reason I picked this album is there's a particular song on the album that is near and dear to my sister's heart.
Yes, indeed.
oh, we are going
And
into that depth. Okay.
and so
What is this
so
song?
the song is Devil's Dance Floor. Okay.
Oh.
So um the song's only about 4 minutes long, right?
Hmm.
Um, so we were doing, Shannon was getting married to her best guy.
Ah,
Um,
I see where this is
and
going.
I was at the party, the little reception deal afterwards, it was like, hey, you get to, she's like, I want you to like pick a couple songs or whatever. And I was like, oh, hey, how about, this Devil's Dance Floor for, from Flogging Molly. She's like, oh, yeah,
Hell
that's
yeah, I
cool. We
love
can
that
totally do
song.
that. So, I'm just sitting there minding my own business, and then I hear that little whistle start, and she full named me. She used my full name, and she said, "You get your ass out here and you dance on this dance floor with us."
As you
And
should.
so,
Good job.
as we should,
As
and
you
so
should.
we had no idea what we were doing. And it
And
was
it
like,
turns
all right,
out
what
a
do we do?
4-minute song
And it turns out
turns
four
into a
minutes. It's like
42-minute song
it
when
felt
you don't
like,
know how to dance.
yeah,
Oh man, what an
it felt like
eternity that was.
it felt like seriously like you listened to the entire second disc of 6 Degrees of Separation. That's what, or 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence. There we go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That whole 42 minutes of that. That's what it felt like. And it's
Ah,
like, okay,
Still
are we
awesome.
done? Is it done? It's like, no shit, it's still going.
so
What
it
are we doing?
repeats a loop. It's doing this
Yep.
and it's doing it
It's
on
just it's
purpose.
doing this, and we're like, oh my god, we're in Groundhog Day. We're never gonna leave.
I have to admit, Flog and Molly, I feel like if I listen to their whole discography, this is their discography, right? It's Corner Copland. Was it Corner Copland?
Corporate Kalani.
Corporate Clonny. It's corporate. It's corporate.
Corporate.
That's a
Just
different
say
I
corporate
know.
Lonnie.
that's a
Corporate
different
Clonny.
thing.
Corporate Clonny.
Yeah, it's very
Clonny.
different.
The Owl Now Brown Cow. Yep. Um, I enjoyed it. Definitely give it an 8. I think Flog and Molly, and you're right. It feels like their whole discography is just beer drinking, swindling, jigging the whole time, and everybody can put this on at their party, and everybody would love it. Everybody
Oh
would,
yeah, it's
yeah,
definitely, like I say, you know, there were a couple songs on there where I was like, eh, I was like,
yeah,
if you skip it, I notice? Probably not. But I mean, as a whole, it's a great album.
yeah. What is it? Is it your favorite out of like
Out of
Flog and
all out of their catalog,
Yes,
probably. I mean,
yeah,
there are
okay.
some other ones that have like some, really good songs, and then you get into like the live ones that, then there's like everything that's good. So,
Mm.
you know,
I'm guessing you give it a 8 also?
Mhm.
Maybe better? Okay, gotcha. What about you, Miss Shannon?
We have a trifecta, my friends. I
Uh,
also give it an 8.
I think it's a killer group. I wouldn't mind
This is a
putting it.
great album. This is a great album.
I'll tell you this much. I am thinking about putting that group on the wheel, like going down the rabbit hole one day with them. You know what I mean? I'll put them on the wheel.
Do it.
I'll do it.
I'm
I'll put
here
it on
for
the
it.
wheel.
There you
Yeah, why not? I think they're a cool group, and they have that legacy behind them too. That's another purpose of this too. Is like these bands have legacy. They have years and the fans, album sales, whatever. But when you're touring and like you have the reputation, and people don't even know your song, but Flog and Molly, you've done something right. You know what I mean? It's one of those you've done something right because word of mouth is more powerful than TV and all that crap. You know what I mean? So,
go. Yep.
uh, great choice.
That, yeah, I mean, for them, I think that's kind of how they got, because you don't see any advertising for them hardly at
Oh.
all, and it's super hard to find any of their merch.
Well, I
So,
feel like that this is the type of band that when they get with bands to go play, they are like they do word of mouth with their group, and it's like they have this network. It's like thrash metal to me. They had a network back in the day. The Bay Area stuff to the East Coast stuff, and everybody was word of mouth. It was like who could be heavier, and everybody was word of mouth and tape trading and like all that stuff.
mhm.
Um, so I feel like they're that type of band. They were in it. So cool. Good choice, my friend. Well done.
Thank you, thank
All right.
you. I I try.
Mm, you try. All right. Now it is my pick. Now, my pick, I was going with this band weeks, months ago, and I was thinking about this, but I just realized this other band because of what today is. Now, I'm going to let you guys decide which one I do, A or B. Just pick a letter,
Okay.
A or B.
I'll pick a letter.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Let's do number 1 through 10. Whoever's closest will pick A or B.
3.
Get the fuck out of here.
Was that your number?
Yes. Damn,
Nice.
that was good.
I picked the
Sorry, John.
band that you're thinking of because it's 420.
All good.
Because it's 420. We will listen to Mr. Bungle, the Raging Wrath of the Easter Bunny demo. That is what we're going to be listening to.
Don't let me pick shit ever again. Oh my god. All
and
right, what is Mr. Bungle?
Mr. Bungle, the Raging Wrath of the Easter Bunny
Easter
demo.
Bunny. I figured it was gonna be some like getting high band because it's
Well,
420.
the other band was in vein of Portnoy. And I'm not going to give it away, but it's in the vein of Portnoy. But
Yeah, see, that's what I
Okay.
thought because 420.
yeah, I was
So,
going that route and I held on to it because being today, but today being the Easter Bunny, why not doing the Raging Wrath of the Easter Bunny demo? I will say when this CD came out, it blew my mind. It was, and John, do we know Mr. Bungle, right?
We do, yes.
Yes, Shannon doesn't, and she will find out, and you're going to be pleasantly surprised.
well,
Trust me.
your next Have You Heard This album is dependent on that. So, we'll
We
see.
will know that. I know my next pick is going to be top notch for you guys, but I'm holding on to it. I'm going to hold on to it. We're going to do that. So, Mr. Bungle will be the next one. Yeah. All right. Let's get into the brass and tacks, people. Linkin Park. I really don't need to do an introduction for this band, do I? I feel like I do.
Uh, I don't feel like you do. If you don't know who Linkin Park is, where have you
Well,
been
give
for the
give a
last
okay,
25
but
years?
some there might be people like myself who don't know things. Little recap, little 2 sentences won't kill anyone.
Yeah, well, that is true. I will give you that. I feel like Linkin Park was the start of the new metal scene, which when Hybrid Theory came out, that was new metal with the hip hop and the heavy metal theory. I mean, it was certified, the very first album was certified diamond. You're talking millions of dollars on this. But Linkin Park was something that started out in 2000. The first album was in 2000, and they've been going on until the death of Chester. And then they just came back with their new album. In 2003, they reformed and they came out with their new one. But that's why we're rating these because people need to know what to listen to. And John, you
Yeah.
get to pick first, and we are going to spin the wheel. I only got 8 albums. I feel like there would have been a little bit more if Chester didn't pass away, but
Yeah, I think so too.
yeah, I don't know. Sometimes they went on hiatus for like 5 years on some such and
Well,
everything.
on some stuff, because I think they had some every it was like a dream theater, right? Like everybody had a side
Oh
project.
yeah, that's true. Executioners, you remember that?
Yep.
Yeah, with Static X. Year Zero.
Oh wow, that and I just listened to that about an hour ago.
Naturally.
Why did I?
Because why wouldn't I listen to the last album 5 minutes before the show is supposed to start?
It would not be you, John. It would
Living
not be
It
under the
would not
you.
be
wire.
me. So obviously this is the first one back into the fold with the new female singer Emily Armstrong,
Thank
who
you for the name. I forgot her name. Thank you. Good job.
and don't I can't remember which band she came from.
I don't. I think she
Um,
came from a punk rock band or something like that. I think so.
so my apologies to Miss Armstrong for that. Um,
Whoops.
I honestly, when I heard about it coming out last year, uh, I I was like, no, I don't think that's a good idea.
No.
I really don't because you got like Chester Bennington had some iconic vocals. Like I mean,
Yeah.
his vocals were just like I mean, come on.
They were
So
a significant part of this band.
they were a
Absolutely.
big part of the band,
Yeah.
and I was like, man, I don't know, but giving it a listen to, I feel like this is one of those, and I mean, I'm sure Mike Shinoda has done interview after interview about why he went this direction. And again, I haven't listened to it because I didn't want to.
Sure.
But I feel
We
like this
forced
is
you.
one of those like, hey, we've had our time with that Lincoln Park, right? This is the new Lincoln Park. This is we're going in another direction.
Yeah.
But it's still keeping with the same like
Same
base
sort of vibes.
where they started. It's like a mixture of old stuff, but still trying to move in a new direction,
That's a good way of
and
putting that.
still keeping some of the classic sound.
Sure.
And so, I mean, but I actually dug it. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would.
I did too.
Um,
I do have to. I agree with everything you're saying. Exactly how I felt too.
I thought her screaming vocals were they fit where they needed to. Um,
Now,
and I
I
don't
do. I do have to say this is not a hit against Lacuna Coil.
right.
I feel like she could have done some of that too, in some way. Maybe not screamed
Yeah,
as pitched as that. What's her face? I forgot her name already. Oh, I'm sorry. Um,
Christina Scabbia.
no, not Christina. The girl in Lincoln
Oh,
Park,
Armstrong.
Armstrong.
Oh, Armstrong. Yeah,
She took it to another level, which really put her foot in the ground. Like, this is what I can do. I feel like with Coil, it's like, man, she could have did some of that, and it would have made the number go up one higher for me a lot of times. Um, so I do have to say when I heard her screaming today, I was like, man, it's awesome. you
yeah.
know,
It caught me off guard a little bit. I
it
gotta
did
say.
too. I didn't think she was
I
going
was
to
like,
do
oh.
that.
I mean, because I had heard. I think I had heard like one of whatever the
Singles.
track was,
Oh,
whatever the single was that came off of it, and I was like, oh, I mean, all right, whatever.
yeah.
I didn't really like sit down and listen to it. It was just like, oh, it's on the radio. Okay, yeah, it's a girl singing, whatever. But
I'll be honest, I am a noob to all this. Like this, instead of hybrid theory in Meteor, which I feel like you just heard it everywhere.
it
Everything
was
after,
everywhere.
oh God, ugh.
Yeah,
Um, it was that food you just kept eating. You just like, I don't want no more. No, fuck it, man. You're still
yep,
gonna
we're
eat
gonna,
this.
yep,
They
yep.
were just
It's gonna
everywhere.
show up everywhere. Yeah.
But I'm a noob to all Linkin Park after the second one because I didn't listen to any. I just, you know what I mean. So,
Yep.
um,
I kind of Minutes to Midnight was the last I kind of
Oh wow.
like
Okay.
album wise with them. So I went through Minutes to Midnight, so the third album. And
Okay.
then after that, there was, I think I had heard maybe one or two of the singles, here and there off of, you know, pick an album, Living Things or
Yeah.
something like that. Like Build It Up. But that's another album and
That's
we're still
another
working
one.
on the first one. We're still
Yeah.
working on
What do
From
you what do you think
Zero.
about it, Shannon?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with everything you said. I enjoyed it. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I did too. I gave it like seven,
Um,
7.5.
Yeah, it was a
7 out of
7.5 for
10.
me.
Yeah.
Another trifecta. You guys were
Yeah.
in sync today.
Now I feel like this is kind of like a lawnmower effect, or are we thinking bitchin'?
I'm I, I mean I feel like it's a bitchin' album,
Okay.
honestly.
You know what? I can agree with that. Especially when you get, I like when bands can do callbacks, and there was a couple. I think one of the songs, "Heavy is the Crown" or "Casualty." Casualty. That's it. That was a killer song.
Yeah, Heavy is the Crown is the one that I heard
Got it.
before.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
I could put that in bitchin'. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's a good idea. Shannon, you are up. Is that a Shorzy sweater?
No,
Oh,
no.
I
It
was like,
says it says sorry, I have plans with my
sorry.
dog.
Well, it's even funnier.
No, I'm sure Z would be great.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Yes. I haven't watched the new season yet. I gotta watch it.
I am
I need to get in
specifically
on it myself.
Oh, it's good.
it is. We're
Ugh.
specifically me and my husband are specifically going to Canada so we can get puppers for his birthday. Like that's what we're doing for his birthday.
You have Meteor, the second one.
Meteora.
Meteor.
I I have no notes on this. This album's incredible. 9 out of 10.
I definitely will give
It's
it an 8
awesome.
myself. I feel like this is the when you took hyper theory and you have to mold it into something better, this did it. And you're always good as your first album is. You got your whole life. Your second album will always determine your fate. I feel like they stepped up to the plate very well. I give it an 8 myself. I think it was really good.
I agree that they stepped
Yeah.
up to the plate. Did you just say Meteor is better than Hybrid Theory though?
Yes.
Okay, you're wrong, but
And
it's fine. This
actually,
goes into shredding
there
regardless,
there's an
but
album here I like that's better than Meteor and Hybrid, but I'll get to it when it comes up.
Oh, I think I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, okay. But we're talking about Meteor. Let's go with me.
We'll talk about Meteora. I This
no wasted
one,
seconds on this album.
yeah, everything was good. The Nobody's Listening. I really liked that Japanese flute on there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can't remember what it's called. There's a name for it, but
Yeah.
it just
I can't
there's
think
a
of it
certain
either. I
vibe.
know what you're talking about.
There's just a certain vibe with that, and like I didn't realize it at the time, but like going through this and seeing that Numb was the last track on this album, and it's like their biggest hit. Was I don't know if that was just coincidental but
I
how you
know.
end when you end the album with that track. I
It's
mean, I
one of
don't.
those
Leaves you
songs.
wanting more.
Yeah, it does make you want more. Um, it is just one of those things for me that this album, I feel like it's fine tuned because Hybrid Theory to me is kind of let's just it's almost a punk rock type of way of doing things. And Meteor to me is that Black album. Let's fine tune. Let's which is pretty impressive to me that they understood that at a second album. Normally your third and fourth is kind of that let's mold into a perfect box. This one is molded to a perfect box, but it's like we're multi-platinum artists now. Our name is out there after the first one, and now we just gave them another big platter of success. And I know the record companies are eating them up during this time too. I know they're making hand over fist money during that time,
Yes,
which is
sir.
cool. Um, oh, what you're thinking of, John, is a Japanese flute made of bamboo. Shaka
Yeah, it's like
Shakayu
Shinsuke
Shaki.
Nakamura. No, he's a
Uh,
wrestler. But
Close enough.
yeah,
Are we saying shredding?
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
John,
yeah.
what did you give
Oh
the
yeah.
album? What was the number for you on that one?
Mine was a
Yeah.
8.5.
Yeah. Okay. We're there. We're getting there. We're there. It is an 8 to me. Hey, you should be happy I'm giving 8s. Like,
I'm
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 not. I
very.
mean,
my judgment was based on your ordering and will
Oh.
continue to be so, but fight about it when we get there. It's fine.
Don't hold back or anything.
oh
Jeez.
Lord. Yeah, really.
One more light is mine. Can we say this album was kind of like a R&B album in their own way? Like,
I wouldn't call this R&B.
well, what's the term I'm looking for?
It was
I
kind of
said
like
this is a light poppy boy band member goes solo.
Man, that's a great way of putting it. Well done.
That's
It's almost like it was a Justin Timberlake album. Like it had that.
yeah. I felt like it was very pop.
Oh man, very
I
pop.
also and I don't know because I know like again you look at like Chester's lyrics throughout the entirety of those first 6 albums and everything that like he was putting on paper as we like to say in the old school days
Yeah, putting it on the paper. Yeah.
like this almost felt like he and maybe it's just because I know this was the last album for for him, but it felt almost like he was like, "This is it. I
Foreshadowing.
can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm saying goodbye to everybody
It was very
because
somber, a very somber take to everything. And for me, this was like a 6. I really didn't dig it at
I didn't.
all.
I really didn't. And I think it was the tone
Yeah.
of it, like I said, and I don't know again because maybe that I went in with it and I was really honed in on especially when he was singing like the lyrics and like the like what he was singing about. I was like, dude, this guy knows.
Okay. I'm going to make a hot take here. You guys ready? Chester, to me, is better as a singer than a screamer.
Yeah,
Him screaming, I could care less. I think him singing is so much more powerful. And with the choruses with Mike, was it Shadodo?
Shinoda,
They
Shinoda,
have a
yeah.
dynamic, and I believe this girl has a dynamic with Mike too. And I feel like the choruses that when they sing together, it is more powerful to me than him screaming his head off. It's kind of like having dual guitars playing the same harmonies. You know what I mean? It's just something about it. This album had it though, but it was very somber and very moody. And I have to understand you're right, it is Chester and whatever. I'm gonna say meh. You know what I mean? I gave it like a 6, 6.5. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it wasn't up there for me either.
No. What about you, Shannon? Would you get
I
it?
disagree.
Okay. All
I
right.
think I think this album had zero personality.
Wow, you thought worse.
I gave it a 2 out of 10.
Oh my god!
Wow. You
Like
Wow!
this
you
is
are
not
literally saying it's a dumpster fire.
Yes.
Do we need a new category?
This no, that's dumpster
What
fires
like
1 and 2s.
it's like what is like does it go to like rock bottom after that?
That's the new one, rock
Rock
bottom.
bottom.
So please tell me. I would love
No,
to
I
hear
just
this.
I
Wow. Yeah,
this
wow.
album, it has no personality at all. If you played anything from this, I'd be like, I don't know who the fuck I don't know what you're talking about. It's not Linkin Park. And it's not even like it's not Linkin Park in an evolutionary sort of way, right? Where
Sure.
you can kind of like see like, oh, okay, well, like they came from here and then they like evolved into this thing. Like I don't know what the fuck this album is.
Do
It's like
you feel
three
like this
it's like
album was
3
kind of like
years.
a side project for Chester? Like it should have been a side project.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that I mean, I think
I
that
mean, if it was,
again,
it
like
would
if
have
like he went
been
solo and decided I'm going to do something that's not Linkin Park, I
Then
think
I
that
then me giving you probably rate it a little bit different because it's not Linkin Park. You don't have that title, right? When you have the name of the band there and you give this,
if
you're like, what the fuck
yes,
is
so
this?
if it were not Linkin Park, if you're like, hey man, listen to this, and I did not know Linkin Park, you're just like, listen to this random album. I won't tell you who the band is. I probably would give it like a 4 or 5 out of 10. Be like, yeah,
Sure.
it's fine. Throw it on in the background, like who cares? But the
Yeah.
fact that this is supposed to be Linkin Park, and this far in their evolution, this is supposed to be Linkin Park. Like, no, sir.
That's a good way to put it because this is 2017. This is when he passed away. What was the next album going to be? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, were you going to
like
follow this?
where were
Like,
they going at
Mhm.
yeah,
that
where do
time?
you well, you figure year 0 would be the next evolution is to you're at the axis of the wheel again. Like, you know what I mean? You're trying to come full circle and you're trying different avenues. I do like Linkin Park for that is that every album will have a difference in it, but this is Fallen in Infinity. You're load and reload, risk, but Megadeth. You know what I mean? You got
Uh, I mean, at least with Risk, you had a couple good songs.
well. I'm
I know,
trying to
I know what
make
you're saying.
reference. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm
I get
the
it.
the thing
Also, real
and
quick, no, I mean, yeah, whenever we're done with this one, before we spin the next one, I have
go ahead.
something I need to mention about Meteora. But
Okay, go ahead
no, I was just going to say that was the tour that I saw Linkin Park on
with Metallica.
with Metallica in the Summer Sanitarium in
That's right.
'03.
Yeah.
Dope.
And so that was one of those shows where Linkin Park played like third or something out of like the 5 bands that were playing that day. And
Hmm.
it was one of those things where everybody kept progressively getting closer to the stage.
Ah. Uh huh.
And so for Linkin Park, there's always going to be mosh pits,
Sure.
right? So what happened is there was like a mosh pit on this side. Like if you're looking at the stage, there was like a mosh pit on the right, there was a mosh pit in the middle, there was a mosh pit on the left. There was a mosh pit in the back. Like there were mosh pits because this is in a stadium. So there's a
Mm.
lot of people on the floor. Somehow these mosh pits
Merged
like
into a super mosh pit.
merged into
What?
like a they merged into like this mosh pit like channel thing that went like through the entire crowd. It was the damnedest thing because I ended up in the middle of this thing and I'm and I was with our brother who at that time I think let's see 2003 so that would make him like 14.
16? Oh, 14. Yeah, yeah. Oh, shoot. Nope, you're right, because he graduated in 08, 07.
So yeah, he's like
07.
14 and like I'm like that is my responsibility is to make sure he doesn't die.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So So I kind of like pulled him back out of this mosh pit, and then we were kind of on the wall, just kind of pushing people back into the middle of it.
Yeah.
And then, it kind of morphed into this other thing. And actually Mike Shinoda was the one that noticed that. He's like, guys, I have seen some mosh pits in my day, but here in DC, you guys have made this like pit channel thing, and it is like the coolest thing I've ever seen. So, and then of course, later on that night when Metallica hit the stage, everybody wanted to be in the front row. And I literally moved about 15 feet without even moving my legs. I just was pushed in the sea of humanity.
The sea of humanity. I love
This
how you
mass
put that.
humanity is rushing the stage, and so I have to I grabbed my brother by his shirt collar, and we're just riding the wave in into the into the front. And yeah, that was a good show, good
I'm
time.
so envious.
I know that is pretty cool, man. Because you could talk about how the show, you've seen them firsthand. They were still kind of the new
Oh yeah,
band,
they
but
were still new, but so much energy, like, and just yeah, it was.
ooh, you
There's
get to
something.
talk about the very first one, Hybrid Theory.
Hybrid Theory, man.
Yes,
Um, so much nostalgia for this album.
I bet there
Mhm.
is.
This thing was on repeat for a while when it came out. Like,
You like them
and
that much?
I did. I did. I think MTV had a big part in it at that time because
Oh
they still played
yeah.
videos back then. And
In the
I
before
also
times.
forgot in the times before, exactly.
Yep.
And um, so I had forgotten that In the End was on this album. That's how long it's been since I actually listened to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wow, this song is on there. That's cool. Because I thought In the End came off of Meteora because they were kind of close together
They
in
kind of
their
blend
release,
in.
even though they weren't.
Yeah.
So they kind of blended together to me. And yeah, it was like, again, it was like something. It was new, like it was different than everything else. And I was like, cool. It's still heavy, but there's like hip hop with it because I still like me some hip hop.
Still
Whatever.
like me some hip hop.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. I like the
That's
hippity
right.
hop. It's hippity hop day.
Hip hop, you don't stop.
That is way old school right there with
Mm,
the Sugar Hill Gang there. But
that's
anyway,
right.
uh,
So I'm guessing this
it was
is a 9 for you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
As it should be.
yeah. Like just the hits that they kept throwing at you that you could not get away
Banger
from.
after banger after banger.
You could not get away from it. You're right.
You
And
couldn't get away from it. Like
no,
you had
And why
you
would
you
you
had
want
to
to?
like it. Yeah,
I
I don't know
mean,
why you would want to.
in its first year, it sold 4.8 million copies.
Deservedly so.
Do I?
Deservedly so.
What do you give it, Shannon? A 9
9 out of
also?
10. Oh yeah, yeah, 9 out of 10.
Man,
This
I
was the easiest 9 out of 10 I think I've thrown out there.
for
Yes.
me, 6.
You're wrong.
Oh my god. It was a I tell you this much, if it wasn't for the hits, I could care less about the rest.
You are you are so wrong you don't know what right is.
I'll tell you this much. When you listen to this album, it was during the genre of time where things were changing. And the changing of the guard, even when we know about the 90s going to 91 with grunge, this kind of brought metal into the popular stance with people, metal into the masses, but they had to infuse it with rap, in which I don't like that blend unless it's managed correctly. And to
And
me,
they do it correctly.
no, they don't.
Who
Not
does it better?
the second album did. See, the
No,
second album they did correct. Listen to their albums from the second one on, it gets less and less. Like, there's a whole album where they don't even have it on it. Like, you know what I mean? It's one of those things where when they came out, this is Nirvana in a different way, right? We can honestly say that this is the Nirvana trend where it's a new sound, a new way of music, and everybody is just influenced by it, right? Which I'm not taking that away from. It's a good thing. It made a lot of money for people, and their name got around like fucking like a crazy.
because
Slipknot
this
too.
album is awesome.
It's not. That's the problem. The album is awesome for its time, but when you listen to it now, it's like
No, it holds up.
not really. It's not. To me, it's not. But I have to respect its legacy, though. I totally understand if you put it in shredding. Totally understand. But for me, they got better albums than Hyper Theory. We haven't even touched it yet. Way better than Hyper Theory. Way better. Just saying. I'm
You're
just
wrong. You're entitled to your wrong opinion,
when
but
you look at we'll just talk about Metallica. You can't tell me Kill 'Em All is better than like Master Puppets and Injustice for All and the Black Album, right? You respect the legacy of the music because it was
Sure.
like the first time thrash, Linkin Park, first time new metal. But as time progressed, you respect the classics, but doesn't mean it was really that good. To me, I listen, people. listen, listen to me.
No,
Call me a gatekeeper. You know what I mean? It's like, look, look, listen. I've already heard rap and metal. It's called Faith No More, right? Live in Color. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like I've already heard it, so it wasn't like ooh. It was like, no, Public Enemy and Anthrax. Come on, man. Like it's already been done. They just brought it back.
and they did it wonderfully.
For
They
you, it
did do it.
sounds like it
They
was
did
just a
do it well.
they. It,
And
I just believe.
I think I
Where are we
say for
putting this,
me,
John? Where are we putting this?
I will put it in shredding
Okay, is
behind
it
Meteora.
okay?
Yeah.
That's what I was about to ask you.
Again,
Okay.
eh, so again, I think more so it kicks the for me it kicks the nostalgia butt,
For
right?
you, I
Like
have never been a Linkin Park fan. I did not
I mean,
care
again, it's one of those like
once. It was everywhere on the radio. I got so tired
it was
of it.
everywhere, and
Ugh.
people, and I'm sure people got sick of it, but it's one of those like I
It
feel like if it was like a hey, have you heard this? You can be like, check this out, you know,
That's why I have to
and
respect it. When it first came out, it was revolutionary for a lot of people because it was one of those cool bands that had metal elements, but also had that rap element that people got along with. And it was one of those you could put this on at a party and you have all these different people. Everybody could agree, okay, that's
could
cool.
agree on it. Sure,
Could
yeah.
agree on it. Nowadays, it's so divided. I mean, like you said, it's nostalgia. It's like, when's the last time you heard this album? Probably been decades.
It's been a while since I
Yeah,
decided to pull it out.
it's
You
just
know,
one of those. Lincoln
it's just
Park.
one of those things, and like unless I'm listening to like the '90s,
Shannon's
like the
doing.
'90s channel. I know she's steaming over there right now. Just like
Well, I'll
I
tell you
can.
what. Let's let off some steam. Let's let off some steam. Here you go. Here you go. You can talk about the next album.
I'm gonna know what crochet row I was on when this conversation was happening. I'll be able to look and be like, "Oh, that's angry stitching right there. It's angry."
So angry. Why?
So I knew this was going to be a hot take. I knew it was. I knew me saying that was going to open up some ears. Be like, what did you just say?
For the record, I believe I did text my wonderful brother JM when I first started listening to this, and I was like, Mark's not gonna like this. He's not gonna like Linkin Park. This is not gonna be good.
You did say that.
I did
You
say
I
that.
said
did that.
I feel the same. I feel the same way.
But I respect it. I respect them. I do. And Shannon,
Not enough. Hybrid Theory deserves so much more than a
you
6.
you should be happy I gave it a 6.
No.
Hey, it
Anything
got
anything less
18
than
on
an
this.
8 is unacceptable for
It got
Hybrid Theory.
18 from this 2/3 of the screen. So just let
Yeah.
you know
Now you get to
take
talk about living
take the
things.
win.
Yeah, take the
Take
win.
the win.
Good thing it was John's. That would have been the one she moved. I would have
Right?
purposely put it in dumpster. You're like,
This
I
is a
quit.
dumpster
You
fire.
would have quit,
Fuck this
like right on
album.
the spot. That was so funny. Sorry, living
She would
things.
have reached through. She would have reached through the internet and tried to strangle you.
Yeah.
I'm not telling
Yeah.
you where I live. Ain't gonna happen.
Oh, I have my ways.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
easy,
quite.
easy killer.
Okay, Living Things. Yes. Okay. I thought that this album was a bit inconsistent. It was very front loaded. I felt like all of the really, really dynamite songs were pushed at the front. There were cohesive, like the album itself was cohesive.
Yeah.
I just think their best songs were at the beginning of the album. Um, and I gave it an arbitrary 6 out of 10.
Why do they have to capitalize like every song title too? I don't understand that.
Yeah,
Like,
they were shouting it at me. It was very
yeah,
annoying. I
I gave it a 6.5, 7. I think it's one of those lawnmower for me. It was nothing spectacular.
Yeah, you throw it
But
on in the background, you have a good time.
yeah, yeah, it was one of those fillers. That's how I felt. Yeah, I gave it 6.5.
Yeah, it wasn't anything
Special.
like special about it.
Yeah,
Like I said, I that "Burn It Down" I think was the only song that I had heard before,
I
and it's fine.
to be honest, after um Meteor, I don't know nothing. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I think that was during that time when I was able to listen to other things easier and I didn't listen to like the TV anymore and watch that music stuff and hung out with those people. Like, if I'm not mistaken, it was like kind of during the time I was learning how to play music and I was listening to more like thrash metal and like really like Annihilator took over my life for like a whole fucking year. You know what I mean? That type of deal, Buckethead. So, being with that, these are all like brand new. I've heard nothing about them. It was kind of refreshing though because you could tell they were doing some certain things, but it was just meh. But it's a lawnmower for me. I feel like it's a lawnmower too.
yeah. I feel like this one they were just trying to combine everything,
Sure. Yeah.
like try to just pick everything from the previous four
Sure. Which
and
which
like,
they
hey, here we go.
yeah, well, I mean, it's one of those, your identity is what you did in the past, and you kind of want to give those crumbs to the people like, oh, we did a couple songs for you guys, and we did a couple songs for you guys. And
Yeah,
some people are like, let's write and see what we come out with, and that's how it
yep.
was. You know what I mean? Hunting Party. I dug Hunting Party. I think that was a good album. I do like how they brought in, um, uh,
Guest
yeah,
guest
guests,
people.
guest people. I actually dug it. I gave it like a 7.5. Especially the
This
page,
whole album was just dropping cameos. Like,
which is
Yep.
impressive because nowadays a lot of bands were doing that at the time. You figure 2014, everybody was, cameo, a lot of people were at the time. It was like
Yeah.
starting like 210s. But Page Hamilton, I don't know if you know who Page Hamilton is. He fronts Helmet, and one of my favorite bands from New York, Helmet. I love that song. I think also too, I like the singing a lot more on this from Chester too.
Yeah.
That it was a lot better. Like I said, if he doesn't scream, I'm okay with that. It's just sometimes when
Yeah.
he does, it's like you need to use it, but you can tell his voice is getting older and matured a
Yep.
lot more too,
Hmm.
and I do appreciate that a lot more. So I'm going to put this in high lawnmower for me. I give it 7.5.
I thought it could have been better.
I
In
agree.
what way? In what way?
I it's one of those to me, um, it's like the vocals don't match the music.
Really? Okay.
Like it's like one of these things is not like the other.
Okay.
It's just I can't I don't really know exactly how to explain what I'm thinking. Like
Was it a
the
bit?
vocals weren't so it seemed like the vocals were too they weren't rough enough for what sound they were going for on this album. Even though everyone had like a different guitar player or different
I think
whoever.
that's because of all the cameos that were in it. I think they ended up sacrificing something because of that, because of all their name dropping.
And that could be, but like it just seemed like that that the vocals just missed.
Can I make an analogy for you?
You sure can.
You got a pizza, cheese, but somebody wants pepperoni, so you have that slice. Somebody wants pepper, you have that slice. I want onions, you have that slice. I want olives. You started out with something simple as just cheese pizza. Now you're just doing
You've got
slices.
everything everywhere. No, I understand that,
That's what you're
but
saying.
I feel like that's what I'm saying. It's just like
That's what I'm
the
saying.
so
Is that
so
what
I
you're
guess
saying
what
though?
what
What we said?
so what
What are you saying?
Yeah, tell me what you're saying.
the first the first track
Yeah,
is what I'm talking about. Keys to the Kingdom. Like he was trying to sing not as aggressive as that
could have been.
song could have been.
Well, did you want him to go into the meteor hybrid theory
No, I
aggressiveness?
don't I don't
Because that's
I
the
don't
bar.
know.
Like that's the bar
Well,
that they always went to.
I
And
think
see,
if it
that's
was
what I didn't
somewhere
like.
if I think if it was like a step below like Meteora hybrid theory,
Okay.
like if it wasn't up to that level, but it was like a couple notches, like okay, here's the bass. You hear that? Turn it down as much as you can, and then turn it down 6 more decibels.
Yeah.
That's what I
Okay.
feel like he did with the vocals. So it's like maybe turn that up just a little bit more
A
where
little
they
bit more.
were, just a little bit more.
Just a little
That's all
bit.
I mean, it's but again, overall it's a good album.
Yeah. What did you give it, Shane? I didn't hear you. What did you give it?
5 out of 10. That's
Five
fine.
out of 10. It's okay. Yeah. Middle of the road. That's what I was thinking too, being with that. Um, I don't know. I gave it a little bit more than just six. I gave it like 6.5, 7 because of the cameos. I feel like the cameos gave them a different sound too because they brought their influence of their bands into it, especially the one from
Sure.
System of a Down. Doc,
Yeah.
it sounded like System of a Down. I was like, but the Tom Morello didn't sound like Tom Morello.
No, it didn't.
It
But
was just
Tom
piano.
Morello doesn't sound like Tom Morello half the time. So
Good point. That's a really good point.
if you listen
That's a
to
really
Tom
good point.
Morello's like solo
Yeah.
stuff, it's like that's okay.
Well, John, Minutes to Midnight. What do we think about
I
that?
it, so this one I This is a Rick Rubin produced album.
The man who does nothing but get paid millions.
Yep. Um,
Hang on. Shannon, do you know who Rick Rubin is?
Nope.
Rick Rubin is a very famous producer of Red Hot Chili Peppers, Metallica, Beastie Boys, Linkin Park, Johnny Cash. He's the
Metallica.
He said Metallica.
he had to say it twice.
Okay, got it.
Metallica gets
Well, just
double.
because,
Like
well,
System of the
again, it,
Down. So
I've
Rick,
literally heard of everyone that you've said, so that's pretty
but
impressive.
Rick Rubin can't play music. He has no musical background, and half the time he doesn't even show up to produce. I've heard
he's not
stories
even there
about
half
this
the time.
guy. He's there. He'll say yes, no, yes, change this, change that.
It's like this is what you're looking for, and okay, I'll see you guys in like 2 weeks or
He gets
whatever.
paid millions of dollars to do that. Millions.
Pretty sweet deal.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah. So, um, this probably has my favorite Linkin Park song on it.
Really, which
And
one?
again, Given Up, and of course it's about like killing yourself or whatever. But
John, do we need to talk?
yes, we do. No, no, we don't.
Yeah.
I love I love the guitar riff, and I love the bass line in that song.
Okay,
He screams a lot, but that's not what I'm like listening for.
sure.
Just just the guitar riff and that bass line are what make that song.
Okay, Shannon, can
Also, for
you
the record, 988 is the number you want to call. If you just anyway.
Yes,
There you
I
go.
know. I see
do
the
you,
signs
do you see
all
the
over the
picture of
place.
this guy?
Yeah.
That's Rick Rubin.
That's him.
That's him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
I know, right? Like,
Power to
dude's
you, guy. I.
he's a wild dude.
Yeah. Also, was it like I think there was actually near the end of the album, it was either in between or in pieces that there was a guitar solo,
I know, that's right.
and I was like, wow, that because again, I had kind of put Linkin Park on the back burner for 15 years or whatever. So I was like, wow, there's an actual guitar solo. Who knew?
It
Good
is
job, Brad.
nice when bands throw that little stuff in there because to me, that's them spreading, they're opening the door a little bit more of stuff to let come in. And like go back to year zero. Punk rock was on that a little bit. They do have a little bit of a punk rock vibe, a little bit to it. I'm like, yeah, and then they blew it. I was like, damn it. But
Yeah.
you get the snippet, you get 4 bars of something. And it's no different than Dream Theater did A Nightmare to Remember, and they did blast beats at the very end. Like the influence of things can be put in. It's
Yep.
just how do you sprinkle it on the cake? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I thought I was like, oh, that's really cool.
Yep. And I don't know, too. I think there's at least two of these songs were in some Transformers movies back in
Yeah,
the day.
yes, it was. Actually, there was a
I know
couple
what I've done was one of them for sure. Maybe Shadow of the Day was another one
I know
um
that one
because I
was
know
really
those were
popular.
two. I know those were two of the singles that came out
for this
for sure
album.
for that album. Yeah.
Yeah, what I've done was on the Transformer. Um, that's it
Was it? Okay, I
for
thought
that
Shadow of the
album.
Day.
For that album. Also,
I thought
no,
Shadow of the Day was
they
on
had
there as well.
singles, and that's it. But it wasn't. It was just that song. What I've done.
Okay.
They know how to write some hits. Oh, A Thousand Suns, the last album we're going to talk about. There was another song that they gave for Revenge of the Fallen. um, New Divide, I believe.
Yeah, New Divide. Yep.
So, um, Rick Rubin didn't produce this.
He co-produced with Mike Shinoda.
I have him producing in Thousand Suns, but not Minutes to Midnight.
Did I make? No, it
So,
says no. It
oh
says
yeah,
right
yeah, you're
here,
right. You're
producer.
right. Yep.
Yeah,
And he helped the next one. You're right. I'm looking at it now. Yep. Co-produce. Yep. Gotcha. Okay.
yeah. Don't doubt me,
Okay.
Jam.
Okay. All right.
Sam does his
All
homework.
right. All right. He does do his homework. That's why I always like.
Unlike certain other people involved in this to do.
Are you looking at yourself?
A little bit.
I do my homework to a certain degree until I feel comfortable to make up stuff as I go.
Y'all
As
know
well you
I'm
should.
just my feelings, just my little feelies.
Hey,
Hey,
I got to run this whole program, right? I can only do but so much. I'm one man. God,
I think you're
dang
doing
it.
a great job.
don't lie to me. Wait until the show's over. Damn it.
Wait
Oh,
till
I
we're off
do, with the
air
exception of,
anyway.
your questionable taste about hybrid theory. But other than that,
Well, what do you think about Minutes to Midnight? A 5, 6?
no, it's a fine album. I went 7 out of 10. Very listenable.
I can do 7 too. I think 6, 7 was good. I'm guessing High Lawnmower,
Yeah,
maybe?
I'd put it
High
up there.
Lawnmower?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And last but not least, Thousand Suns. Miss Shannon, take it away. You get the last one. What do we think about this one?
This album is meh.
Really?
Yeah, meh.
Did you notice something about that album?
Is it your favorite album?
No screaming. There's
Yeah,
none. I thought this was the most singing opportunity of an album. I This is my favorite album.
of course it is. You're gonna put it down in meh.
Okay. We can go meh. It's fine. I truly believe this is their pinnacle album personally. I think this is one of their, unfortunately during its time people don't think that because they want to remember Hybrid Theory and Meteor. This is the most um adult Linkin Park. Does that make sense? Like they're not kids anymore in this album. They are adults. Like they are full-fledged I have kids.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that about this album.
Yeah.
Like they that very much came through. Like we're not 18-year-old kids like screaming and upset about 18-year-old kid things. With it, absolutely, it's entirely too long.
Really? Okay.
This
Oh,
album
well,
is this
47.
album is
It's
too long.
47 minutes long.
It's too long.
Is that too long?
Cut
how
15
how
minutes of
short?
it and maybe it's better. I don't know.
Because
It
because the
felt
other ones
it
are coming in at like
felt
38 minutes.
no, it
Ugh.
just felt too long because they're putting in.
Oh, the sleeves go up. That's right. We are going to business. It's business time.
Here's what I wrote, and this probably is going to mean nothing to you two,
It means
but
everything to me. Go ahead.
this this is the Scarlet Letter, like the book that
Yep, you
Nathaniel
lost
Hawthorne
me,
wrote.
but go ahead. Yep.
This is the Scarlet Letter, which it's a terrible book. But it's like super. People are like, ugh, but they're like basically in Scarlet Letter. He's like, let me hold your hand through everything so that you understand the point I'm trying to make. And that's what this album was doing too. It wasn't allowing me to get there. It was just like, let me hold your hand and walk you through it on all of these political ideas and things that like I have to get out there.
So you're saying
And
Scarlet Letter.
that's what made it feel too long.
So
I don't need you to hold my hand for 47 minutes
And 48 seconds. But
and 40. Can we call it 48 minutes?
okay,
Can we
let
round up? Is that
we'll
let
call
acceptable
it
for
48
48
minutes.
minutes?
Yeah.
so you like the Linkin Park that is short, sweet, couple
Short
choruses to the
to
point.
the point.
But don't you I appreciate this album a lot more. Maybe it's the progressive side of me, that progressive rock and metal, where it's a story. It's that you
It's a
go
concept album.
very much.
It's not a
Yes.
good one though.
It's dealing with it's dealing with fears of like nuclear war.
Yeah. Like,
Don't
holy
hold my
shit.
hand through it. I don't need my
But
hand
but
held.
but maybe they needed their handheld through it.
Or maybe this is their
Then get to my level.
This is
I don't
their
know.
way to help you through the fears.
this is their message to the younger generation, which they still are appealing to at the time, because this came out in 2010. So they still have that appeal to them. And why not use an album to um, give to people,
Hey,
to warn them,
I'm not
right?
opposed to it. Just do it better.
Is this really a myth to you? Is this
Yes.
really, are you
No,
serious?
it's that. If you put this on, I wouldn't turn it off.
Okay. Okay.
I might be like, are we sure this is what can we no, we're gonna this is okay, fine. I'm
This
gonna
is
put
the
my earbuds in and listen to something else. It's meh. I like it's I don't know, it's fine.
I feel like the reason they didn't scream in this one either was they were trying to make a point about what John is saying about certain topics to them. It's like, if I scream it to you, you're not going to listen to me. If I'm cool, calm, collected, you'll listen. It's like how you teach kids, right?
Yeah,
Cool,
don't
calm,
hold my
collected.
hand for it.
Well, I mean, sometimes kids just don't listen
No,
regardless.
kids 100% don't listen
Yeah,
regardless. That's the thing. Kids do not do.
I thought this would be John. What did you give this?
Um,
Don't
well, this was
lie.
one I
Don't lie,
well, no,
sister. Don't be swayed by
I was
peer pressure.
no, I was like in the
What?
middle of writing my notes at the beginning of this, so
Mhm.
I didn't really I mean, again, it was one of those, yeah, I was trying to, kind of go through real quick again, hear what we were going for, and it it didn't it didn't move, it didn't move me, but it didn't suck, right?
Sure.
It
Another
was
reason that it's meh.
but it's a high meh. I mean,
I,
High meh.
I
High
feel
meh is
like
fine.
but also here's the thing is I listened to it once, sorry. And more than likely I was probably having a shit day when I listened to it, so
you
I
needed
didn't
something
give it the
stronger.
proper well, yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't give it the proper listening to it that it should have gotten. So
Well,
I don't have a rating for it, but it sounded okay. Like I would have probably given it like a 6
so
just from
me
the one time going through.
being the noob to Linkin Park, like, okay, here's my question to you, Shannon. Like, you like Hybrid Theory. You think that's the best one they ever did,
Hybrid
right?
Theory is their best album, yes.
Did you listen
I
to the
don't know
whole
about
discography like before the show? Like, you've already listened to them? Okay, so you're kind of new to it too.
Yeah, no, I'd heard for sure Hybrid Theory, Meteora, probably the third one as well.
Minutes.
And then beyond that, it was probably just like the hits here and there from the other albums, maybe.
Oh God. I don't know. It's to me with this
that.
album. I'm not saying it was shredding. I believe it was a high lawnmower or low bitchin' because when
You
you
just
look,
said it's your favorite album.
yes, I do have to respect it. Maybe I'm
You
looking at it
you agree that Meteora is bitchin'. You agreed to that.
because of the
And then you
legacy.
said this is my favorite album. It's
Yes,
bitchin'.
it's bitchin'. Nothing, nothing on here is shredding to me. That's why.
You said, can we rewind the tape? Can we
I
rewind the
said
tape?
Meteor
Because
is
I swear you
shredding.
said Meteor is shredding.
I said I agree to let it be in shredding because I understand, I respect the album for its time. Like Hybrid Theory is not shredding. It's not. I might give you bitching for its time, but Meteor was the pinnacle of them. I believe, and I'm okay with it being shredding too. To be honest, all their albums are not shredding. They're not. When I'm giving eights, it's not shredding. That's bitching. This one is an eight, 8.5 also.
Your system makes no sense.
I know. Isn't it great?
It's
Oh,
awesome.
it makes me itchy.
It's so bad you had to, you're echoing it. Okay.
Oh,
Time
dear.
to move some stuff, people.
You're up. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm going first. Ooh, I like the dominance. Look at that.
Well, because I
Uh-huh.
just went, so now it's your turn, right?
Oh, that's true. That way. Do that. Do this. That way.
Yeah, we were this way.
That way. Nope.
Yeah, for us, it's
Yeah.
this way.
Oh, it is.
For us, it's this way.
Let's
Oh,
see,
we're going this
John.
way.
John's right. That way.
I see this way. So
I read right to left. Um,
what are you, China?
I'm gonna have to say, man, I got.
Come
Ooh.
at me, bro.
I
Oh,
think,
that's what sucks about going first, huh?
yeah, yeah.
Have you gone first on any before?
I don't know. I always let you guys go first. Like, it's only proper. I'm being a nice guy. I'll go first every time if you want me to. I'll be a dick.
No, I literally just thought we were going in
Now remember,
like loopy order here.
soon as I pick it and I move it, you cannot move it again. It stays exactly
I
where
disagree.
it's.
That is not what the rule was. That has
What?
never been the rule.
Yeah.
JM backed me up on this.
John, Mr. Sullivan.
What is the rule? I feel like
John, don't call me Ed Sullivan.
I
it's a
swear
big
we've
man.
had ones where you're like, "Are you gonna move it back?" And I'm like, "No, I won't move it back."
That's
I
true.
feel like we've
That
had
is
episodes
true.
like that.
Because this one was about to work its way down. I'm not. I do
No,
believe.
you can. I think it was that you can move it because we have done that before, where somebody's moved it down and we're like, "Fuck you, we're moving it back to where I
All
want it to
right,
go."
you're right. All right, A Thousand Suns, I believe, is high lawnmower. I'll go high lawnmower. I think it's well worth it. I don't think it's meh. Not like one whatever which one that was. One More Light. It's not in the category of One More Light. I'm sorry, it's not. But I'm not going to say
Solid.
it's in bitchin' or shredding. I'll put it high lawnmower. I'll appeal to the masses.
Hey, you do whatever you would like.
You do you.
If you make the like a horribly wrong decision, I'll fix it. It's fine.
Fair enough. It takes a lady's touch. It always does. That's what my mom said. John, you're up, my
Yeah.
dude. What are you looking at your
Oh, let's
hand for?
see. I have notes written. No, I
Yeah.
have cheat sheets. No.
Yeah.
Um,
Blonde girl is Shannon. Okay.
Ah.
okay, got it. Blonde girl equals sister. Yes.
Yeah. Crochet
Man,
question mark?
Yes.
what does
Yeah.
that mean? Um,
Your old lady seems to, what the fuck does that mean?
what does that mean?
What the
You
fuck does
guys are
that mean?
stupid. You guys are
Yes.
morons.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
I mean, I'm good with it. I don't think I'm gonna
Yeah?
move anything.
You sure? As soon as we go to Shannon, your turn's done. There is no gimmies, no get backs.
I'm I'm
Mark's
I'm
like
aware of
texting
that.
you right now,
I
like, move this thing, move this thing. What are you doing?
Not that mean. Come on, give me some credit. Some.
Eh. All
Meh.
right. Yeah.
You're good, John? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
I got a free bowl of cereal and not going to eat it. What the fuck? God. You. Shannon?
Yeah, Hybrid Theory is number one. That is their best album. That being said,
Yes.
that being said, I
Okay.
also listened to. I did a little extra credit that was not asked for.
I like
And I
it.
listened to their EP, Collision Course.
With Jay-Z.
Yup. That shit
That
is
is,
dope.
it is really good.
It is
Is
so
it?
fucking good.
Yeah. It's
Huh.
yeah, they that was like
It's
that was
seamless.
back
It was, oh man.
that was back in like before mashups were a thing. That was like the first mashup
And
of stuff
they
and it
nailed
oh,
it.
they
It's
nailed it.
absolutely
Yeah.
incredible.
Man, I should have known. I
I
threw it
still
on the
don't think you'll
list.
like it, but
I'll listen to it. I'll report back and I'll let you know.
so that's your extra homework then. If JM's listened to
Oh,
it.
I have heard it and that was another one that was on repeat for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
So what do we
So
think about
honorable
Lincoln Park?
mention
Honorable
on that one
mention.
for everybody. Make sure you throw that out there if you're doing a Linkin Park listen.
Yeah, throw the Jay-Z
The
Mhm.
collision
Jay-Z
course.
one.
Yep,
Yep.
Collision Course.
You heard it first. Collision Course. If you were going to rate Collision Course on here, where would it go?
Shredding. Um,
It would go in
You're really
between,
throwing
I
out
think.
that shredding a lot
I
today.
would
You're shredding
I
cheese today.
shredding.
You
I
got
don't
the
know, maybe.
grater out.
Man, you hitting those slopes,
Yeah,
aren't you?
I
I don't
it
know.
I'd say it goes after Meteora.
Really?
It's difficult for me because like part of me honestly would almost put it above Hybrid Theory, but I think that's in part because it's an EP, right? It's like 5 songs, 6 songs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's like 5 or 6, I think.
So if I knew this album was going to be in a flint, what's the word I'm looking for? Influenced, like in their discography, I might have would have threw it in to rate it with it because I'm okay with EPs if it means something in their discography. Like I don't know if that makes sense or not.
Oh,
it
no, it
does.
definitely does.
I don't know music and or really Linkin Park well enough to say that this
Sure.
is like this belongs on there.
You should have told me when
Yeah,
to
Like I
it's
listen
don't
to it because
know.
I would have listened to it
it's
and threw it in. Like if
it's
you
it's
thought
6 songs. It's
so,
6 songs.
so we
That's
have
21
to.
minutes of your life.
I will say this much: if you're saying that this album is that good, I
I
will
think it's
listen to it.
amazing.
I'll
Yeah.
listen to it. So you think this is shredding to you too?
Yeah.
This album,
Yeah.
really?
Throw this
It's
album on and like
All right, I'll test it out. I mean, I
I
need
still
to
don't think you're
know.
gonna like it, but enjoy.
Yeah, well, you're right. Linkin Park to me is very lawnmower. I feel like their whole albums are lawnmower. You throw in the background, and it's like, you know what I mean. I do feel
like
like
something comes on, you're like, "Hey, I know that song."
when Minutes to Midnight come on up to Year Zero, it kind of blends a little bit for me too, in some way. I do feel like Hybrid and Meteor has its own place, like by itself.
But also, like for a band to have so many hits, that means
Yeah,
something.
that's a lot of
Like that's
hits.
more than Lawnmower.
Especially the first 2 albums that you just have, like, that
Like
many hits on.
basically everybody knows all of
Well,
them. Like
those
it's
hits
there
I really didn't care for. Like I did like some of the hits, but I didn't like
doesn't
some of the
matter.
other
You
ones.
know them.
But that doesn't mean they're better than Lawnmower because they have hits. Every band has
I
hits, and they can suck.
Not that many though. Not this many hits. This
But you're
many hits means something. When you have 5, 6 off
well,
of what the first 3 albums, easily half of them have like
Yeah,
I
but
think that means more than lawnmower.
to you,
Poisonally.
to you,
Poisonally.
to me, it's not about what the hits do because you can talk numbers all day. Numbers are numbers. You can't deny them, right? That's why I'm saying hybrid and meteor. I understand why they're in shredding, and that's why I didn't try to move them either because I knew you two, how you feel about them, makes sense. To me, they're just the product of the creation at that time. Like they were just they were no they were a little bit different than other new metal bands, but they all sounded the same in some way or another. Like in the genre new metal, bands have little niches that broke them apart, right? But you still had the metal and the rap game all still being blended in different ways. That's what new metal is. You got your Corn, you got your Limp Bizkit, you got your Linkin Park, you got, even Slipknot had
Deftones.
scratching in it, huh? Papa Roach,
Deftones.
Deftones.
Yeah, yeah.
So in the realm, they're all lawnmower to me. There was nothing ooh about them that made me, man, this band's pitching. You should listen to this album. That album I said, that's the only album I would give to someone who said, listen to this one. Because it spoke to me that I'm like, you're not screaming, you're not rapping the whole time. You're honestly a true band at this moment. There was no filler about it either. That's why I cared. So, hey, see, I did care about Linkin Park in your face. Now,
Oh,
to
God.
Shannon, this band is shredding, right? This is a bitchin' band to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Bitchin',
I wouldn't say like full shredding,
but it's a bitchin'
but
band.
it's a bitchin' band. Like listen to them, they're great.
And John, I'm guessing it's a bitchin' band for you too.
Yeah, I mean, it's up there. I mean, I'll
Yeah.
probably start kind of maybe throwing a couple albums into the rotation again. Maybe
Okay.
not. I don't know. I
There
say
was a
that
couple
every time, and
songs
I
I
never do.
almost, I almost threw into my workout. I just didn't. I almost did. Almost. That's when you make the list. If you make that list, you done something. To me, lawnmower is still a good thing because you're still listening to the band. Like to me, if they were meh, I would never listen to them again. Like, you know what I mean? Like there is opportunities for this band to throw all their albums on a mix and just hit shuffle and have a Linkin Park day. I have Dream Theater days. I have Faith No More days. I have Metallica days. You know what I mean? It's just Annihilator, Megadeth, Anthrax. It's just whatever I'm feeling that day. Linkin Park could be one of those days. It could be a sad day, but it's one of those days.
I've had a lot more Dream Theater days here lately.
Sure,
Um,
sure. Now, to my favorite part, time to spin the wheel. Let's find this wheel. Ah, we gotta put Flogging Molly on it, don't we? Are we putting Flogging Molly
yeah,
on this?
Do it.
I feel like we can.
I feel like we can too. Flogging.
Actually, I think I asked you if they were on the list
You
like
did.
maybe a month ago or something.
Yeah, yeah, you did. I remember that. Yeah, they weren't on
Like,
there.
hey, is Flogging Molly on there? Okay, cool.
That was my hint of what it is. All right, tell me. Somebody tell me to stop. You suck. Stop. Look at you guys. You guys suck. I'm gonna start taking advantage of you guys. You're like, you know what? We're gonna do this, and I'm trying to give you guys the keys to the kingdom, and
Oh,
you don't want to turn it. Look at you.
oh, come
Gosh.
on.
Ah, come on.
Well,
All
now we
right.
get to
Come
blame
on.
you even more when it's a band that we're like, oh, really, this band?
All right. What's the
Gah."
guess? What's the guess? The genre? I'm going for
I'm
death
sticking
metal.
with glam metal because I'm gonna be right one of
I'm
these
gonna
times.
go doom metal.
Doom. I don't know, thrash.
doom, doom.
That's always the go-to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Voivod!
Voivod.
Yes! Yes!
Literally never heard of that band in my entire life.
Oh wow,
Oh,
they're from Canada.
they are from Canada. They are a Canadian thrash metal band from 1983. I do have a Voivod shirt. I do like Voivod. They do a perfect cover of Pink Floyd. One of their songs. You'll hear it. Voivod's killer. They're very influential, especially to Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl loves Voivod.
What in the name of Mike is going on here? Damn you, Spotify.
I am
I
so
got
happy
I
right
got
now.
Warren Payne on here twice,
Could be a
which
reissue.
is weird. Yep, because there's
Yep.
like, oh, here's the remastered disc 1 with all these live things. Disc 2. Yep, that's what it is. We're not going to go with that one.
Yeah.
Let's see. We'll have to go to the uh, ever popular's, not Instagram, although Instagram is popular.
Voivod.
Wikipedia.
I went down the Voivod freaking rabbit hole like last year for like a whole month or maybe 2 weeks worth. It's pretty wild. Their live shows are really good too. They're very science fiction, and all the artwork is from the drummer. So they have special names. The drummer's name Away. The guitarist used to be called Piggy, but he died from cancer. The singer's name's Snake, and the bassist used to be Jason Newsted. You
Yep,
remember
for a
that?
while.
Yeah, for a
Yep.
little while. It used to be Jason Newsted from Metallica. That's when he left Metallica and he got
16 albums.
there's a lot of albums.
That's why the show is every 2 weeks.
That's right. You are exactly right, my dude. Well, everybody, that has been Linkin Park. Next band will be Voivod. I did not sabotage the wheel. You saw me hit shuffle. You saw it. You
We did
saw
see
it.
it, but also you're the one who
You
stopped
saw it?
clicking. We didn't stop
Yep.
the shuffle
We
on
didn't
that
tell
one.
you to
So
stop. So
These guys and girls. I leave you with this thought. If guys are dudes, what are girls?
do that.
Dudettes? Dudettes?
Do that.
Ah, we have an answer. Thank you, Shannon.
That's what I've always heard. I don't know.
Dude and dudettes. Goodbye,
also really
internet.
good. Bye, internet.
Bye, internet.